Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Monday, December 2nd, 2024. I am here with your daily mortgage rate update. My name is Hammer with Originator Success. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. If you got some coffee, take some coffee. My mouth is dry this morning. Anyway, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me hashtag replay in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Those of you on YouTube, you don't do that. I know Jay Rodriguez does, but not everybody does. So if you're watching the replay and you're on YouTube, make sure you put hashtag replay in the comments. Go ahead and click that like button. If you're on Facebook, click that little thumbs up like button. Go ahead and tag an LO if you're interested. Maybe share this post in a group. If you're on YouTube, there's also a thumbs up. Make sure you click that. It helps with the algorithm. And also make sure that you do leave those comments. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Let's say hi to the live folks. Who do we got here this morning? Good morning, my friends, and happy Monday. Welcome back. Mallory Fotiadis, great to see you. Hope you're ready to attack December. Remember, this year, we want to go into the end of the year, and you really want to ramp up your activity because it's going to be a tough start into 2025. So we want to really ramp it up. We don't want to take it too easy. Yes, refresh, recharge, but make sure you get some activity. So anyway, good morning, Mallory. Good morning, Tim Klyla. Tim, dude, the Lions. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it, man? Rob Stewart, good morning. James Mahan, great to have you here, my friend. Amy Blauser, good morning. Ron Siegel, great to see you, sir. Today is National Fritter Day. My mother-in-law likes to make pumpkin fritters, and what is the other fritter she makes? I think it's what is the green? Not cucumbers, but the little green squash type things. There's another word for squash. They're not squash. There's another word. So she makes those fritters, but I'm not a big fritter person. But, hey, how do you like your fritters? Who likes fritters? Good morning, Brady Brickler, Nicole Semerad, Angela Walters. Morning and happy Monday. Dan Crowley, great to see you, sir. Dan, how's your car situation? Do you up and did you have to replace them, I'm assuming, right, after the storm? So anyway, I hope that didn't beat you up too much. These damn storms, crazy stuff. Brandy Brickler, good morning. Mike Tebow, great to see you there. Michael Love, great to have you. Amy Blauser, I said hi to you, Amy. Maybe not. Julie Lawrence, good morning. Yasmin Martin, Tom Stafford. My house looks amazing. Thank you, sir. I didn't know where you saw my house, but thank you. Nicole Semerad, coffee is good. Yes, it is. Megan Lindberg, Mark Clark, Ron Siegel, hangover. Dude, you're not hungover. You're such a liar. Colin Jordan, good morning. Dacia, did I say it right? Dacia? Dacia. How would y'all say this name, right? I say Dacia. It's funny, names that don't necessarily pop up that often. You got to work on it. But I say Dacia. Let me know if I got that correct, Dacia. Jonathan, good morning, sir. Oh, food hangover. Yeah, I'd give you that. I definitely ate a whole boatload of ham. We had a ham and turkey. I deep fried the turkey. It came out pretty good. It was, I think the oil was a little hot but I didn't burn the house down, so that's good. Ben Vogler, good morning, sir. Yasmin, good to have me back. Hope I had an awesome holiday. We did. We were all together as a family, and we had an awesome holiday. I hope all of you all had an awesome holiday as well. There it is. Tebow asked me, how did that deep fried turkey go? It ended up good. They told you 3 to 3.5 minutes per pound, and I had a 13 and a half pound turkey. I went a little less than that, and it hit over 200 degrees, which is too hot. You want 165 to have it cooked. But it didn't really overcook it, but wasn't really great. Mallory, zucchini fritters. That's it. Zucchini. Thank you. Duh. See, I have those things. Julie Lawrence, let me in on a Brandy Brickler. Y'all know your zucchini. Bill Stevens, good morning. And nice with a Tahoe. Good to see Dan Crowley. Thomas Sloan, great to see you there. Oh, Christmas photos on Facebook. Oh, I don't know what the wife posted. I'll have to look. She probably tagged me in something. I don't know if it's our house, other houses. I don't know. Anyway, good morning, y'all. All right, let's get to it. It is Happy Monday. Ron said apple fritters. I would go with apple fritters. They look pretty good. Let's see what pops up when I do this. No, that's not what we want. It's funny. It pulled the old hide. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and let me share the screen and we'll show you what happened. So on Friday, we were up. You see it right here. I'll put it on the 2-day. You can see it right down here. And let me see about making this bigger if we can zoom in on it. All right. So on Friday, we had a big run up in the afternoon as money got parked for the weekend. That happens almost every year over every holiday right here. We were up, by the end of the day on Friday, we were up like 50 basis points. And that's why this morning we're down about 45 basis points. Don't let that scare you. This was just money parked over the weekend. When you look at where we were, we're basically, this is where we were in the morning. We're about the same as where we were on Wednesday. So rate sheets today generally are going to be about the same as what we saw on Wednesday. Shouldn't see too much of a difference between Wednesday rate sheet this morning. As far as lock advice goes, though, I'm in a generally locking bias right now. I think we're coming out. So I'm going to show you some stuff on the charts in a minute. But overall, I don't think that there's much happening that's going to improve rates from here. We have a lot of data coming out this week. It's jobs week. So we've got jobs, JOLTS data, job opening, labor turnover survey. JOLTS data comes out tomorrow. Wednesday, we have the ADP report, which is much less of a market mover. It doesn't affect rate sheets that much, but it's still a report that's watched. Thursday, we get jobless claims. Jobless claims have been having a lot more of an effect on rate sheets on Thursday mornings as they come out. Because we've been seeing, really just not a lot of new unemployment claims. Now, the continuing claims are rising, but not really that quickly. You have to remember, though, people do roll off, so they're still rising, but yet the initial claims are not up tremendously. So, but Friday, we've got the granddaddy report of the job stuff. We got the BLS jobs report on Friday, and it could bring things up from there. I'm going to come back to the technicals. I want to show you guys Mortgage News Daily and the rate sheets here for a minute. Let me just pull this up here. So, on the 29th, so he had some up here, Matt Graham, on Friday, 6.88. 6 and 7/8, let's put it right. Dropping into the low six, not in the low, dropping back into the sixes this last week, the Thanksgiving week. Probably the biggest win we could hope for. Because of that, I would really consider locking up some loans. There's just too much volatility, too much risk to really want to float into jobs data. Unless we were to see, a big reason why we're going to expect negative jobs data. Now, also, let me pull this so everything is on the screen at the same time. All right, taking a look here and pulling this up, the last jobs report was November 1st. And if we go back to November 1st, look here, as crazy as it was, look at what happened on November 1st. We had a huge wick on this candlestick. See this tall, skinny line? That's the wick, right? Mortgage-backed securities really pushed up and then ended the day worse, even though last month's jobs data was weak. They blamed it on the strikes. They blamed it on Helene and Milton, the hurricanes. But at the end of the day, we had weak jobs data here, and we should have seen that bounce the market. And instead, we actually went negative on the day. That has to catch your attention. It has to factor into this one. How are you, Mr. Alan Christian? Good to see you, sir. Looking at where we're at, look at this range that's here, right? We dropped all the way down here and we tested up here. We pushed up and we opened this day 101.07. That was where we opened it. Right here, we closed at 101.04. We didn't hold above that. We opened, right? So we were at 101.04 here. We pushed up this day. We were at 101.02. It's where we opened and lost ground. You could see this green candlestick here, very, very temporary. This candlestick was only over the holiday. Now we're starting to come back down. Now, arguably, we would look and see some support from this 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is at 100.88. We're right now at 101.10. we could see this act as support, but this week with all of the fundamentals, the different labor market data, we could drop right below that. This could be a really bad week for rates. We'll look back and say, why didn't we lock on Monday? And because of that, my advice is to go ahead and lock it. I think there's too much risk. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a lot of risk this week? Do you think the jobs data is going to work our way? Now, looking at a calendar, the first week of December, I could actually do this. Hold on a minute. Let me take you out. I hope I don't make you car sick here, but let's try this here, right? So there we go. Looking at the calendar, okay. First week of December here, we got jobs data on the 6th. We're going to have next week, we've got on the 11th, we've got the CPI inflation report. And then on the 18th, we've got the Fed meeting. So these next 3 weeks, we're in this week right here. Today is Monday the 2nd. We've got, JOLTS data, we've got BLS jobs data, we've got CPI inflation data, we've got the Fed meeting. There's a lot going on. But when we look at that, which of those do we think is really going to help rates improve? I don't think the inflation data is going to help rates improve. Even if we did see inflation get slightly better, the expectation now, and I'll roll this back, the expectation now is that even if it did get slightly better, Trump's, tariffs and all that stuff are going to push inflation higher. So markets are going to dismiss any improvement that we would have there. Then we've got the Fed meeting, and this is likely the last Fed rate cut. Now, right now, markets are pricing in a 60% expectation that we are going to have a cut at this meeting. Depending on how the jobs data goes this week, this will go up or down. If the jobs data comes in soft, you'll see this go up. If the jobs data comes in strong, this will go down. Markets are, kind of really pricing in the idea that we'll see one. If expectations get lower that we'll see one and we get a cut, it would help rates a little bit, but not much. Expectations rolling into 2025 are that we're very close to neutral for the rate. Expectations earlier in the year were that we would see a Fed funds rate down around 3%. Now that's expected to be 3.75. 29%, almost a third here at 3.75, a little less than a third, even at 4. And then kind of the remainder here is below. But when you look, this is 20, 30. So this is about 30%. 2/3 believe we'll be at 3.75 or above at the end of the year. That's what markets are pricing in. You're not going to see anything happening in this week's, this month's jobs data or anything else. It's going to change these bigger picture forecasts. And because of that, it's just not likely that markets are really in a position that they think inflation isn't going to happen, that rates are going to improve, that bonds are going to, all of a sudden get better. This is probably the best we're going to see this 10-year treasury yield, right? So we're at 4.23. Right now, when we take a look here, the 200-day moving average, it's unlikely we break and stay below that. Remember, this is yield. So we want this to go down. Here was money being parked over the holiday, broke the 200-day moving average. But then here we are right back above it. We are at 4.22. That 200-day moving average is at 4.21. So it's very unlikely that we're going to see, a situation where things get that much better. Ron Siegel pointed out, Austin Goolsbee says the neutral rate is 2.9 and we should be there by the end of next year. Yeah, Austin Goolsbee is hugely dovish. That is, come on, Ron. What do you think? Do you think that it's 2.9, which would be 3%? But I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near there unless we see the market start to fall apart in the middle of next year. And again, that would have to be credit crisis, right? We'd have to see the credit breakdown. Now, one thing I will throw out there, I've been commenting on how lenders are worried about exposure and things like that. We've seen some pullback, but not all the way. So unless people start missing payments, start missing minimum payments on credit cards, things like that, I don't think that we're gonna see any of that. I don't think we get there. He's a voter starting in 2025. Yeah, but he's not going to be anywhere near the majority. On there. Julie said, what did you think of the record spending this weekend? See, exactly. I mean, people are, they're continuing to spend. People have gotten a lifestyle. Julie pointed out, about record spending and I think some of that is, I think it's a little premature. I think they kind of pushed that a little bit, but at the end of the day, all of a sudden people are optimistic again. Trump's going to come into office. Things are going to be amazing. A large percentage of the population, that's what they believe. That's what they think. And that's what they're going on. So there's a lot of optimism, even though there's a lot of use of credit. So for me, I just don't see us in an environment. Let's face it, mortgage rates don't have room to improve unless the economy is weakening, the labor market is softening. Otherwise, this is where rates are at, and as long as we see a housing market, we could see inventory build up a little bit more. We're still at about 4 months in most markets and less in some. Remember, a healthy real estate market was considered to be 6 months inventory, and we haven't seen that in a decade. So we've got a lot of room before we'd have to worry about that and anything anywhere near 2008-ish. So, but for the next week and the next few weeks, that's why my advice is it's down at the bottom of the screen. Consider locking anything that's less than 30 days closing. Anything closing this year, I would look at locking it. We floated through last week to get some improvement. You don't have to urgently run and lock right this second, but I would be looking to lock anything. If it's closing in 30 plus days, you can consider floating, but I don't anticipate that rates are going to be that much better at the beginning of the year. Not until we see something change. We need to see a weaker labor market, signs of economic distress. We're not seeing any of that. So unless something changes there's no reason to expect rates to get all that much better. What we're realistically looking at is the high sixes, and that would be these would be some of our better rates. If someone can get a rate in the 6 right now, would I pay points? It's tough, right? Depending on how long they're going to be there. But I think that there's a good shot that we'll see rates that improve it towards the end of 2025 and into 2026, but only if we see the credit bubble start to break. Ron said historically, people tend to spend more during the holidays to compensate for perceived lack of giving throughout the year. Not generally a good economic signal. Yeah, but even still, Ron, and I agree with that. But the idea here that where do people stand and consumer confidence basically, and they're voting with their wallets. So even though people are complaining about the costs of everything, they continue to buy it. We know that a lot of that, it continues to be in credit, but there's no sign that that's going to stop anytime soon. So we will just wait and see. Giddy up, Mr. Randy Tico. Great to see you. Hello, Tina. Great to have you here as well. So again, my advice is down at the bottom. I would be locking stuff, y'all. I just, lock it, focus on prospecting, getting new business. We've got some of the objections behind us. We don't have people that are worried about, I want to wait till the election is over. You'll get people that are waiting for the holidays, but you really want to be convincing them that now's a good time to be out there looking when everybody else isn't. And because they can find more, it's when things are quiet, even though life is hectic, life's always hectic. When things are quiet, it's a good time to get out there and find a house. So at Originator Success, we're trying to get that message out to your people as well. Remember, go learn more about what we can do for you at originatorssuccess.com. And let me see if I can, how do I make this all me? Let's see. I'll turn off the screen share. There we go. Okay. So go check us out at originatorssuccess.com. Find out how we help you get loans from Google and social media. If you'd like a live reminder that I'm going live each morning, if you'd like a quick little text alert and a link so you don't have to go find us, you don't have to be on social media, you can sign up for that, hmmr.io/reminder, or use this cool QR code and we'll send you a text message. You can, of course, unsubscribe, opt out at any time. Just reply back with stop and it would take you right off of that. We don't mark it on that or anything. You can also sign up for our text alerts for rates and the rate market. You can check those out at www.ratetextalerts.com. They're $7 a month. And of course, if you'd like, you can sign up for our free email at ratelockadvice.com. So anyway, thank you, my friends. I hope you all have a fantastic Monday. Get back in the groove. Again, I'll be doing my annual business planning a little bit later this month. I'll do a couple of sessions again. I think it helps, and it definitely helps me. So hopefully it'll help you all as well. So, all right, my friends, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a fantastic one. All right. Bye-bye.